and the Pango. And you get to watch Ice play it, but...
Choose your hero.
You want to go Husker? You want to play these kind of games? We'll play those kind of games. I will say, Treant Protector is a pretty good hero to have versus Tinker. He's one of those heroes that feels pretty good. He's a little slow for movement and stuff, but he can definitely be scouting you out on the sidelines and everything, and it looks like it will be as expected, the Universe Wyvern and the Treant for a highlight eye. Very gremlin-y face there. Goodness.
That is spooky.
Yeah, I would not want to run into that guy in a dark tree alley.
The children's tales, right? What was it? The Hansel and Gretel or whatever it is?
Sounds good. Grimm Brothers?
I don't think that it was a tree that tried to cook them, though.
That looks like a witch to me. I'm sure it's close enough.
Or a troll.
So that looks like it'll be a Jabs, Pugna. Yeah, Moon.
10 seconds remaining.
Alright, Ice once again reprising his role here on the Wraith King. So far, I think he's 1-1 on that role, so looking to get himself into the positives here at TI.
They need to make something happen. And I will say, just based upon the results that we've seen so far, you would anticipate Fnatic being a little bit more heavily favored going into this game, but it's Fnatic. Anything can happen.
In both directions.
It's true. You know, some days envy giveth, envy taketh away. And honestly, to me, it's felt like it's been all of the other pieces of Fnatic also that have been stepping their game up more so than before even. Like, DJ's always been a stud, but yesterday, I don't know, they gave him something good in the water here because he was playing out of his mind. I
think what's going to happen here for Fnatic is that Abed's going to get really heavily focused in the first like 3 minutes, and maybe they'll send DJ mid, but I'm almost expecting that they'll put it so that Abed's being sacrificed a little bit and drawing all that attention mid, because if you look at the two side lanes they would have then with the Treant +1 and then the Necrophos +1, like probably going to be the Necro and the Wind Ranger together and then the Wyvern and the Treant together. That is so much harass. No one can stand in that lane. Yeah. Like constant punches, constant leech seeds, Arctic Burn. I'm not sure how... You would need a lot of regen. Like, it looks pretty devastating. Now, the downside to that would be if they do allow Alva to get bullied, and then you have this Tinker in the mid lane there from Moon, they'll be into some different troubles with him getting up to the earlier boss. But that will put all the pressure on the Tinker. So, curious to see exactly where we wind up with the lanes here.
I mean, to be honest, it does really feel to me like this is going to be the type of game where you always want to ensure that Abed has a good time. I think I could see them, like, sending DJ down there to the bottom, or rather to the, oh, actually, they're sending DJ and Universe together. Interesting.
That's a lot of long-range spam.
That is, yeah, that's a very frustrating thing, I'm sure. I'm feeling Fnatic here, though. And I think that, like, if you do end up rotating Pylai Die, or maybe you don't take Tree Armor all that often anymore, I'm surprised that they're not going to think at least about sending Abed some more help. Maybe they will a little bit later on.
In terms of lanes, who are they sending mid? It is just going to be the Tinker, right? They're not going to... Yeah, okay.
Lucy is just going to rotate. He wants to head top, but eventually it will be Tinker walking his way back towards the mid to get his block off. You can see that already controlling this side of the map. Do any of these heroes down here have a Quelling Blade? No Quelling Blade on the Wraith King or the Pugna. Obviously not the Pugna, but means that these trees aren't going to be able to get cut down.
Yeah, it can be kind of fun to just, you know, go for the whole clear cutting up against the Treant, but I wouldn't even be expecting to be down here, honestly. Like, playing Treant, it's just so much more comfortable when you're playing in the Radiant off lane as opposed to the Radiant safe lane. If you look, like, the tree's easy to work with, and you can't move from side to side, so you're pretty limited down here, whereas in the top lane it's a lot easier. Just, like, jump from one side to the other when you're actually past the river.
Yeah, and I think that we'll be seeing him just sort of constantly harass here.
Ninja Boogie's, is he going for a play?
He thinks about it.
This is one way to win a hard lane. Gonna inch his way up into the nice safe spot.
I mean, the scary part here is that you do have, you know, a soul ring that's going to be built by Huskar, so once he gets that thing of regen, he might just bring it right on out.
Oh, Ninja Boogie will decide that there's no instant courier.
Yeah.
So both teams just thinking and making sure they spot all 5 heroes before bringing the couriers out. Wise maneuvers to ensure you actually get that early regen.
Again, mid lane, a lot of pressure there onto Abed. You can see top as well that they're trading hits pretty consistently. Wave of Terror, very annoying to deal with, particularly if you can just punch somebody with the tree after the fact as well.
Yeah, the spam of it is just absolutely ridiculous as we watch this mid lane get going here. Moon just going to try and keep his pacing far away from Abed. Try trying to avoid that harass. But the earlier levels of the Huskar are not the scariest thing.
No.
It gets a hell of a lot worse.
And I mean, Tinker does have some answers. Laser's a pretty good amount of pure damage. As top lane, we do see Ninja Boogie taking the punches from Universe and DJ. Is going to take a lot of damage here. This might end up being a kill if they're not careful. Does he have Power Shot available? As Avalanche gets thrown out, and that's going to keep his buddy alive. No Power Shot as he's only level 1. Sure.
This is a really high damage lane. Very difficult to sustain yourself versus Wyvern and Wind Ranger. I feel like they took both of their heaviest hitters and put them together, whereas like the other ones I'd proposed were more of like a medium blend, right? Like the Necro and Treant are both worse, I would say, if they're harassing.
Oh, Envy gets the range creep deny, but does take a beating for it before he goes down. Able to live with the Ghost Shroud. Highlight Die now going to turn the punches back around onto Ice, and the damage is going to be enough. First Blood going the way of Jabs.
Yeah, I can't even keep chasing there, even with this really low cooldown Leech Seed. Not enough. 16 seconds, a bit too long for now. Gonna need a few more points into it.
Again, it is the range creep deny, which is helpful, but having to lose your Necrophos there, not the best thing in the world. It does feel like this is that sacrificial lane, though, and it's the style that Envy's been growing accustomed to playing.
Yeah, I mean, it means they're not dual laning Abed mid. I guess they just felt like it wouldn't have been good enough with just the Venge and the Tinker. And Tinker's doing relatively okay on his own, so they'll just go with the trade instead.
Fire Blast and the punches. Bring it hits pretty freaking hard, and they're going to be able to take down the Pugna Ward as well.
Only 20 gold. What a sick joke. Come on, man. That thing's so annoying. It's worth way more than 20 gold. You think Pugna wouldn't pay 20 gold for that thing?
You know, it's kind of interesting that he decided to go for the Nether Ward in this. Like, there are a lot of spell spams that come out from Fnatic, but I feel like we tend to see more often the decrep up.
Yeah, I think it's just because, like, the decrep lasts a pretty long time, so what kind of follow-up damage are you going to have, right, from a Wraith King? It's like 3.5 seconds of Wraith King's just like, well, I know I'm burning him a little, but I actually punch harder.
Jabs picks up an Illusion Rune. We'll send these little Pugnas off to punch away into Eternal Envy. This top lane, more harassment being leveled into Ninja Boogie is, my god, look at the damage, and the Shackle lands. That should be enough. Find themselves a kill up here top.
I'm surprised they made it this long, almost 4 minutes without even dying in that lane. Speaking of dying, Moon getting a little bit low here from the old Huskar spam. But look at those denies coming out from Moon here. 9 already done, just constantly getting that annoyance on the range creep or any other creep for that matter, using the laser.
And it's still only a couple levels different, in spite of all of those denies that we've been able to see.
Jeez, the double null though just gives him so much damage.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Rather hard. Comes in. Ninja Boogie is going to be in the area as well. They actually cancel that one. Oh, was that the tree?
No, they tried a wraparound play with the Pugna, but I don't think. Oh, maybe it was canceled, but he wouldn't have wanted to complete it anyway. But thinking it probably wasn't.
About 5-minute mark coming up soon. We're going to have those bounty runes spawning.
Ice is cutting some trees here. A little bit of Paul Bunyan action here. Falling down very fast bottom lane. They'll initiate here, and with the blast.
Bit of damage. Envy in trouble. The punches, the skeletons, but immediately the Ghost Shroud and the walk away. Pylai Die still living, gonna head off into the trees and force them back yet again. The damage from the full combo and the Wraith Fire Blast DOT kills them off.
Oh, Radiant, they'll scan to see the Ninja Boogie's up on the high ground trying to steal their rune, and now they'll hunt him down. This means they get the second. DJ just gone. I know what's worth it in this match. You are not worth the effort. Firemark gold for my team on a bounty rune.
Yeah, still 2 apiece. Moon taking a lot of harassment there. 4 stacks the Burning Spears up. He does have a Fairy Fire, so should be fine. Yeah, he's good.
Wasted Fairy Fire, wow.
He'll Shrine up though, and that gets him back up to full after dropping his null talismans. It's bottom lane. Envy wants to take out these creeps while the rest of Mineski is gone. Again, dropping that Nether Ward. Eventually trying to push as a Shackle. Gonna keep back Ice there for the moment, I guess.
I think overall, game plan looking fairly okay for the Dire side. Like, this Tinker's not getting destroyed, right? Oh, DJ, though.
Mushi?
Looking a little bit better, but...
He's getting really low. I'll live, though. And another Magic Missile goes out. Forces back Universe yet again. Oh, Moon. He's actually dead.
Not enough time. All right, things not looking so good for Mineski. Moon goes down. Practically GG. But yeah, he's falling about 1K now behind the Huskar in terms of net worth, so a little bit rough for that one. And Ice is just going to pull the wave.
And I don't know if Abed can really, or if the Tinker can come back into this lane if he doesn't have help, because you have level 6 on Abed now, actually level 7. And
oh, that snipe!
Oh my god.
He actually got him!
Are you kidding me?
I thought the juke was coming, but it was not there. Whew! DJ!
He's pretty good at Wind Ranger. Teams need to start thinking about banning that one out.
I mean, he's only been playing it for like 3 months or something. It's like half the games I see him.
They're bringing absolutely everybody to try and stop this Huskar in the mid lane here, as he is going to get caught by the avalanche. They have Moon in the area, but they don't have the range to initiate it. DJ showing up, able to find the Shackle. Mushi in trouble. They're bringing in the Wraith King as well, and it looks like that is enough to dissuade Fnatic from going further.
I don't even think he needed that TP. But he'll still get back here in time for the wave, so it's not even a costly TP at all.
Back and forth we go. 3-3, 1,000 gold lead. Getting into it.
Yeah, we got 2 points in the march just now for Moon. So that might be enough to just secure him some last hits as they'll once again go on Envy, but...
He's got the heals, he's got the TP.
Yeah.
That man is out of here.
Oh, but Treant, now decrept and slowed, but... Yeah, the problem of not being able to chase, they don't have any detection with them. Top lane.
Bit of damage out from Mushi as they're going to toss the Winter Wyvern up in the air. Does not have any more stick charges. Not quite going to hit. It will escape.
And they'll also leave the TP up top too. Just barely finding him as he was escaping, so... Ruin time for 8 minutes. Ourselves a regen in the top. Okay, fine for Abed. Not that he particularly cares about it. Yeah, as long as he denies it from Nana, that's a more important aspect. Oh, DJ finds it. That's much better.
That's what you like to see. Throws out the little power shot also onto Tinker. Why not? I mean, Abed, he does have right with break and just jumps forward there. The decrypt comes after the fact. Nice play by Jabs to show up, and that keeps him away from killing that Tinker. But you have to keep so many heroes there now just to like remain even against this Huskar.
Yeah, and he's pretty low for Moon. He just wants to hold back 2 power shots and he needs to go down, so... He is just waddling. No boots, Tinker, 2 nulls, just trying to get his way over to these camps and get a stack going at the 9-minute mark, and that just means he's not there for any of these other tower pushes, so... Mid falls, top is unharassed, and they've got issues. Are they even going to get this stack here? Yeah, he got them both really nicely done by Moon. Very experienced Tinker player.
Still hurting a lot though. Like, I mean, look at what he's doing. All right, DJ.
Right. There's no way, right? There's no. Oh my God! Look at this range. It's on. Oh, it's so close.
Oh my God! He knew. He's like, all right, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, he had a ward, so it would have been pretty bad if he died to that.
Yeah. What if that was a talent? When Ranger's range is doubled on power shot.
I should just be across the map. Honestly, I'm in on that. Let's go.
Like it. Trying to steal this stack here. Still have
Abed targeted here, thrown in.
Throw him in and able to find the stun to Abed to follow. They're starting to take down Abed, but he just turns and life breaks, trying to live through this. Is going to be able to walk away. Jabs also goes down. So far, no good for Mineski as they do hit onto Envy. This would be a big pickup for them, and they are able to find it. The death pulse to his death there as Wraith King going to get popped again. DJ just making it happen over and over.
Ulti was there, but it looks like no mana, would seem.
You know, oftentimes it feels like you don't mind if the position 5 dies. In this game, in Fnatic games, I feel like you don't mind if Envy dies. I don't know. It's just my feeling of how they play it.
He's really well farmed though. I mean, he's second net worth, so it is still a pretty big kill, but obviously trading that many for it is not going to be worth it. Honestly, the best part of that trade is the fact that Moon is just not there, and he was mid lane getting farm, now he's top lane getting some farm, because he desperately needs to get items. He's still working on Soul Ring at 10.5 minutes. You know, this is where you want to see like 1,000 gold into bots or something. You're like, yeah, this Tinker's slaying it. And Envy's just walking at him.
I mean, you know, this is the thing. Like, he doesn't have Reaper's Scythe, but there's no threat. Because he has no points in missiles right now, I think, still on the Tinker. You know, and at this stage of the game, you just can't afford to make those types of aggressive plays. Looks like Mineski, done with the craziness, is going to pressure bottom, but simultaneously, the pressure is going to start to be mounted up top by Radiant.
No, I like this though. I think they can secure this tower, although Ice is pretty deep.
Yeah, taking a lot of damage here. Winter Wyvern moving in as well. DJ, they able to find the overgrowth. Good bit of damage coming out as the trees are chopped, but Ice still nowhere left to go. They find 2 stuns, kind of stack them on top of each other and able to walk away now. They do take down the tree, but likewise, they're going to turn the Winter's Curse onto the Venge. Can they kill her off?
Oh,
yes,
snipe from DJ.
Great plays coming in the perfect timing as they manage to time that out and take themselves the Wraith King down 1 time and a 2nd time through as well as Abed shows up and is going to finally finish Ice. Again, yeah. Disaster for Mineski.
And good communication there
Top
from
lane.
Fnatic too. Oh yeah, a little bit of pressure. He's threatening it, but what they did was Abed jumped on top of the Pugna, and Jabs tried to just decrep himself and TP out, but that was like a max range shot as he was just about to finish his TV from the power shot to clean him up. Really nice communication. And just good rotation too, where like, that was a forced dive from Mineski, right? And it looked like it was a full rotation from Fnatic kind of a deal, where they were the ones that were capitalizing on it. But Mineski, they feel pressured, right? This Wraith King just has to throw himself anywhere he can to draw attention away from his Tinker.
And this is a Huskar draft that is sort of coming online at this stage. You look at his items, he's got the armlet, building towards that Heaven's Halberd rather soon as well. And if you get into a decent timing on Roche, this game just kind of completely falls off the rails, and they know where this Tinker is going to be. They actually are going to run into Ninja Boogie instead.
That's good coverage from Ninja Boogie, just kind of like getting in the way. It's very reminiscent of like basically how Pilot Eye plays, honestly, where you just see him like in between all the time, right? And going down, like when people are trying to gank Envy on some splitting hero.
He was able to immediately get the D ward as well.
So we haven't talked a lot about this this Winter Wyvern from Universe. Now I have seen this theory before, the Meteor Hammer. You can follow up after the Winter's Curse. It's pretty cool, not gonna lie. It's a pretty neat little strat. I think other teams were going like the Mask of Madness Winter Wyvern instead. But I like this option. You know, comboing up and chasing a Tinker and stuff too. Gives him solo kill potential versus the Tinker, which you wouldn't usually have.
Already a ton of team fight that comes out from this hero, and then you sort of double down on it and get a little bit of extra utility. It doesn't, you sort of lose a little bit of value in that. I think Wyvern can already push waves well enough as, well, Vengeful Spirit found. Mushi shows up, Avatos. This hero is not that tanky, although with the tree armor. Nice play. Mineski a little bit too quick with that.
Is under attack.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was related to the ward or what, but either way, surviving hurt enough.
14 minutes in, 5,000 gold lead for Fnatic. And again, the kill score, it doesn't look all that bad.
Yeah.
But the thing that really hurts here is that the Tinker is so underfarmed.
Yeah, but they gotta make something happen here, right? They gotta secure some Roche, secure some tier 2s or something for the side of Fnatic, or what is this all for?
Right. That's a good thing. I mean, I feel like we're getting to the point where we're almost past the curse of Fnatic wanting to be behind for them to win the game eventually, but that is sort of still relevant, I would say.
Well, there's our Meteor Hammer. See if Universe can go pull off some combos. I'm gonna start wandering around with it, be like, I could go for a solo kill right about now, I think. That ward will not be scouted by the one that's in the area there from Mineski, so might be enough to provide a kill onto Jabs and Abed. Well, he's gonna get the vision thanks to it, and they're gonna know it's there though, because he just jumped from the low ground.
Oh,
there it is.
Here we go. Oh. He got dunked. Yep. That's great. If that's like 2 heroes, I'm so excited to see that. You know what I mean?
And what's cool about it is that like you can still use it on top, even though you don't get the initial damage. It's the lingering damage does it all, right? So yeah, that's all that matters.
Well, and on top of that, it's the stun, right? As long as you time it pretty perfectly there. So really excited to see that. I cannot wait. It's going to be a little while, 50 seconds until the cooldown. Other things that you can use to deal with this, I mean, Tinker needs to get into a Blink Dagger. He's got his bots done. Still very far away from finishing off anything like a Blink. I mean, you might even need to go for something like Ether Lens or something too, but I feel like there's so much mobility on Fnatic that, I don't know, it could be really tough.
Yeah, that was a really fast Roche. The power of Huskar. Envy, I wasn't sure what his next item would be. He's gone for the Veil into the Hood, and then he's thinking about a Blink and the Yules. Atos also would have been a pretty nice option, I think, this game. I think someone like Pugna, who's just like really fast and running around the fight, they don't have the best options for if he doesn't end up being shackled, so it could be nice to just like close the gap on him or a Wraith King, or even like Tiny. It's a pretty nice Atos game in general, but speaking of Tiny, Mushi is well, speaking of non-factors, like he just hasn't been able to play Tiny at all. I don't know, his lane went kind of okay, but it didn't get him into any sort of a quick mobility item. He's just now finishing up the Blink Dagger.
Oh, Abed. He's invis and had tree armor on him. I don't know if he's going to be able to kill him off in time. The stack's great decrep there from Jabs. That keeps the Tinker alive. Yeah, I'm sort of, you know, we talked about the Weaver in the last series with Secret and the problem of it getting bursted. I feel like you run into a similar issue with Wind Ranger where you can just get bursted, particularly by this Tiny. But the tree armor is one of the cooler ways to deal with that problem.
Yeah, it is quite a bit of damage block, and most players, they go for like maxing of either the Nature's Guise or the Leech Seed, but Pilot Eye definitely fits his style more to be in the Living Armor. You know, he already has plenty of heroes to push waves. He is a true position 5 treant where it's pretty hard for him to be involved in the fights too. So, it's an interesting take. He didn't have to play that aggressive because the rest of his team was just fighting like crazy, so he's going to be more focused on wards and just keeping their buildings up, and very handy against a Tinker and a Pugna who just want to chip away.
Well, and the other thing is that it's sort of, you know, people talk about the instant blow up that comes from a Tiny. It's not really instant. You have the duration of the toss, and, you know, if somebody just yells out, you know, tree armor Wind Ranger, then he can just click.
Well, he just used it on the tower, not himself, though.
Oh no! The overgrowth, the decrep, he is going to go down. Abed, can he find anything to return this? They swap Void, trying to save Lucius' life, but the Winter's Curse
give it to him.
Be there. And that should be a kill as they do drop down the hammer.
Sash resistance was almost enough. You never want to target Tiny if you don't have to. In that case, he did have to.
Right.
But quickly ended there.
And taking some of the damage. They have the magic missile out as well. They buy back on the tree just to give him the armor.
What a best friend, man.
Oh my god.
Can this man do any more for Eternal Envy in his lifetime?
I don't think so. Well, a blink away there. We'll keep Wraith King alive for the moment. And, you know, he doesn't have a TP, but still. Buy back tree armor. What a guy.
True player. That Blink Dagger, just say goodbye. Just, it's never coming, you know?
That's okay. Just needs the armor.
It's okay. He's never going to see a creep wave anyway with this. He's got a Wyvern with a Meteor Hammer. He's got a support Wind Ranger. He's got a Necrophos.
Moon going to attempt to hold this tower. He's taking a lot of damage. Meanwhile, though, bottom, they're able to find themselves the Wraith King, and he does not have Reincarnation. Another Meteor Hammer. Dropping it on people.
Wow, he was way back there.
He didn't have a TP for a while, and then I guess he just felt like cutting waves was the better play.
Yeah, it definitely shows, like, Mineski understand the exact status of this game and what position they're in. It's all about just space, space, space. Try and make Tinker relevant.
Well, and after the initial death, he hasn't died again. It's just that he hasn't been able to get a ton of the CS either. So, he can stall it out. Things could start to turn around.
Honestly, the fact that they still have all the tier 2s, I'm feeling pretty okay. Like, think about how long they had this Aegis and everything. It's only another minute left. You held your tier 2s. You can be pretty pleased with that at the moment. Downsides, they still haven't gotten too much out of Mushi. He's now 1-2-2. Sure, he'd love to be hunting some more, but he's kind of waiting to jump on anyone who tries to pounce on these tier 2s, and he's going to be the big initiator for that fight.
Well, and the other thing, too, you look at this. Universe has picked up a Blink Dagger now, so having this type of initiation where he can just blink on top of the Tinker, immediately Winter's Curse, and then there's the follow-up, it does feel like they're starting to even get some of the answers for when that Tinker does become farm.
Yep.
Heroes that you would traditionally think of as Tinker counters, but it works when they do it like this.
It's kind of the same thing with DJ too, like the idea of he got the Javelin, but he didn't complete into the full Maelstrom because he just wants that Blink Dagger to really help secure themselves some further pushing into the game. And Pilot Eye, contrary to my belief at least, has gotten way more space. He's already up to 700 more gold, so has some possibilities here, and he's also skipping out on those earlier talents. Doesn't feel like he needs the cooldown of Living Armor. He just wants to go back for his Nature's Guise and his Leech Seed. It's a really cool idea because, like, it is very sacrificial to get those early levels in Living Armor. You just feel like such a weaker hero versus your enemies, but it's a good way of making up for it by just skipping the talents.
Okay, I like it. Aegis is going to be reclaimed now as the tier 2 tower falls in the top lane. Tinker kind of in a dangerous position, but with nobody else in the area. Pylai Die, he needs to overgrowth here if he wants to hit it. He does it a little bit late. Pylai Die not able to connect with that one.
Yeah, he went for the like easterly guess, thinking he was going to blink back to the side or something, I think, for the secondary march, and instead he went deeper. So unfortunate, but not a big deal. Well, kind of a big deal because it's still level the first point in the overgrowth, so 100 seconds.
He just keeps on being able to move around this map, and, well, if he goes west at all, he will die. But knowing that there are Tinker wards over there, Moon doing a good job of playing around where they're most likely going to maintain vision. Which is solid to see.
I can't tell if I'm starting to get a little worried for this Mineski line, or Fnatic lineup. Like, they're not progressing that quickly. I feel like the Tinys end up getting quite a few items. After that Blink Dagger, he's now well on his way towards a Shadow Blade if he wants that. Right. He could even think about comboing into like a Dagon. Actually, was kind of cool this game if it wasn't for the Huskar, I suppose. But like the Wind Ranger and then the Wyvern and then the Necro, these are all very vulnerable heroes. Well, might not want to go for the Echo Saber because of the Ghost Shroud, but
I mean, even going back for like the earlier points, like trying to get Huskar down to the low HP, Dagon isn't like terrible for that either because his magic resistance isn't going to be that high leading up to it. But yeah, I'm kind of sort of a like mind where things feel like they could start to be getting a little bit scary. Particularly if somehow Mineski are able to stop the second Aegis from being picked up by Fnatic, or if they can steal one themselves.
Universe is on the Tinker hunt here with the ward, camping up top, waiting for him to show, and then see if he can get a solo kill. So it's about 1,000 HP on the Tinker, about 1,200 when he actually shows. He probably has enough damage to solo kill as long as he can get off the Splinter Blast on him.
Watch for that. Fortunately for Universe, Tinker is down bottom though, and continuing to just push. Not at all afraid. They do have the blink on Envy. He's going to now TP out as Moon just going to keep the pressure going as top lane. They do find Mushi.
Yeah, nice initiation from Universe. Knows there's no chance of a blink out, and easy follow-up here. Oh, okay. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so Tinker comes mid because they know that's where the push wants to come, so instantly shove this wave out as fast as possible. Treant, Abed nearby, but they won't catch them.
So 8,000 gold lead, 13-6. It's a very technical match. Teams moving back and forth, trying to catch one hero out, and so even though they didn't catch the Tinker, getting that Tiny, very helpful. And it also means that Envy can do things like this, where he heads up top and pushes this out, because he knows that there isn't really a kill threat with Tiny off the map. Yeah, they also revealed down bottom on a Illusion Rune, rather, so they know that they're in their jungle right now, so Pilot Eye just kind of playing scout for Universities near the tower. Oh, Envy. God, he would love to have Reaper Scythe right there. Just jump in and punch this guy. How many times have you loved to just throw that ability out on a Tinker?
Well, Tiny still dead for a long time thanks to that, so boldly grabbing the wave here.
He doesn't care. He's farming up their jungle too.
Hey, he's got some living armor, you know, nothing to worry about here.
Roche is back up.
They're trying to bait jabs bottom. If there was anyone else here, it might work. But alright, Ice Ice coming through, so this little duo trying to say, like, okay, if they're Roshing, we're just gonna get this tower.
And I mean, they do have Blink Blade Mail, they can jump on Pile Die, but the Winter's Curse, they find themselves the Pugna, and now gonna drop down the Meteor Hammer, everything. Moon is over here, they do have Overgrowth available, and thinking about using it, and they catch him, it's on to 3, they killed off the Winter Wyvern, but immediately gonna dust, and this is not the way that you want this fight to go for Fnatic. They end up losing 2-0.
Yeah, just a nice little bait play there. I think they just thought it was a split pushing. Well, I guess the Wraithing had just shown very recently.
Toss back. They find another. Envy goes down.
Those are massive losses right now. Oof. And that's going to be the tower too, which is just more space for Tinker, and showing why this looked like a pretty good 10th pick. They have decent answers, but there's no like super Tinker counter. You know, there's no like Nyx Assassin or something, or something just completely disrupt the way you want to play.
And it's like, you want to get those waves pushed out. You can completely understand that. But then Roche was up. Like, it felt like that should have been a pretty easy run to Roche. Take it down with Tiny still dead. But not deciding to go for that one, and it ended up getting punished a little bit by Mineski, who leapt on the opportunity. And now Ice Ice is going to walk in, see that Roche is there, relatively low. Can they take it at all themselves?
It's definitely possible. I mean, with the damage from the Tiny, they could. It would take longer, even with the Vengeful Spirit, than the Radiant side, because they just have this Huskar. What kind of threats? Like, Winter's Curse is now back up with a Blinking Wyvern. Yeah, they would need some serious kills, I think, to go for it. Yeah, Huskar is just a lot easier. In fact, the Wave of Terror will come through now just to make sure they're not in there.
It does sort of feel like Mineski are going to have a better chance, as we do check a look at this replay here, of keeping them away from the pit too because of the Tinker. And yeah, it's, you know, everything looks pretty good. Shackles, combo, all that, but the turnaround life drain, the universe just dies because Tinker goes out of control. And then Envy, I guess, just got caught out of position here as he was trying to walk back towards base.
Yeah, and a nice sentry there too. So sure they got the bonus kill on the Pilot Die, but Aghanim Scepter now done for Tinker, fully online and operational. Game is extremely difficult. Goes for the Nether Ward health too. I like that. It's harder for him to be very active in the fights, and it's really likely that he dies because he just doesn't have any farm, right? Because he's support Pugna. He's got an urn and an 8th lens. It's not terrible, but he's just not that rich, you know?
Oh, the Shackle lands there as well. They have caught themselves a Pugna and going to be able to find that kill.
Yeah, but look at this Nether Ward health. I mean, this thing is just surviving forever. That was just some serious space.
Fnatic going to take their cue now to go in towards Roshan. They were trying to bait out bottom while it was happening. They had the Tiny and the Tinker, and Tiny is actually able to get a little bit of extra damage in, but Pilot Die finds him right at the start. The Shackle lands, and Mushi taking the damage. He's trying to run away. They managed to still get themselves the Roche, but as they drop down at the second Sentry Ward, and the Meteor Hammer lands, and that's going to be a dead Mushi.
I think he could have just TP'd, because he killed the tree down low.
That's a good point.
After the Shackle. I thought he was going to, but maybe he thought the Wyvern was closer or something and thought he had a better chance of escaping through Invis. That's probably what his thought process was.
Fortunate there. Mushi ends up being punished, and now with an Aegis and Cheese, could be time to try and take down the last of these tier 2s. Envy's not there with them, but should be moving towards mid soon.
Dire's middle tower.
10-second BKB, yeah. That is a bit of an issue. But they certainly need like a full bull rush right now from Fnatic, right? Like you really don't want to rest too much more. I think you just want to close out these towers and then try and find that big pick-off to lead you into the tier 3. And securing some shrines, getting some better map control, this kind of stuff that'll take you forward. It doesn't mean go crazy and try and win the whole game in the next 3 minutes or something like that, but it certainly felt like they had a much bigger lead and maybe are playing almost a bit too safe. But it is TI, and that's kind of how these games tend to go.
Yeah, this is also, I mean, the weird thing that happens, I think, in this group in particular is that you have this like team that's Fnatic that so badly wants to get into the top 4. If you're down in the bottom 4, you're going to be playing in best-of-1 elimination matches in the brackets, and that just, it's ridiculous how good some of these teams are, and depending upon what matchup you get, you might get the hardest person you could face off. So, scary stuff indeed. Making sure that they dot all their I's and cross their T's. 30 minutes rather, coming up. 9,000 net worth lead.
Doesn't really feel like it though, does it?
No.
Just because of like how frustrating this Tinker is, because you know, I'm saying things like, you know, maybe they should be playing faster and stuff, but honestly the pressure from Moon has been absolutely absurd this game, that I feel like every time I look at the heroes on Fnatic, there's one of them in each lane. And so that's partially why they have so much of a net worth lead, because they're just, you know, not really being picked off. There's no real threat when they go for these split push saves. Like right now, this will be one of the best pickoffs they've had. Just Envy caught right next to the tower, blown up, and that's 1 kick gone. Like if they can just do that a few more times, suddenly this game just gets even. And that's going to push into this objective with the skeletons. Probably 2 racks with no buyback here. It could lead to a threat from the Winter Wyvern if they actually opt for this, and yeah, Universe is going to show. So, oh, they're going to be able to save this.
Okay.
They didn't commit to the full push, and they have a treant.
Again, maybe just not fully prepared for it, but yeah, that one hurts. You'd love to be able to secure yourself a tower after that, particularly with the Necrophos down. And Universe just hanging out there waiting to the side. I think
Mushi's also hanging out.
All right.
A lot of HP to try and get through, though. Almost 1,800 when he's full.
Particularly with Universe sitting right behind him. There are actually still 4 heroes from Mineski, and
Universe, that's the hero they want.
There's the stun. They're able to get it to Avatos, and the damage coming in from the Tinker as well. He gets the Winter's Curse, but it's about to wear off. They actually buy back on the tree to throw some more armor onto them all, and now the chase forward. They find themselves the kill almost onto that Wraith King. He's coming back in just a second. Can Abed live through this one, though? Because there's going to be a lot of damage coming from Moon. He's actually low on HP, and they managed to find it. Reaper's Sight down, done, and dusted. Ice is dead.
It felt like they were initiating on Pilot Eye, and at the very last second, they saw Universe, and they're like, oh, try and target him, and try and get everything on top of him, and then they end up just tossing him away from everyone.
Yeah.
So that he couldn't win his curse, but on the other hand, they didn't just get an instant blow up on top of him instead, so he's allowed to Glimmer, survive, and what could have been a complete disaster for Fnatic, and a sure loss of the tower, ends up being a good defense that just cost a Tree buyback.
And Pilot doesn't care about that. He bought back for living armor earlier.
Yeah. And he has gone for the 2-second tree respawn time. Ignored! And goes to 90 damage. How dare you? I like the 2-second tree. I've come around on that talent because honestly, I mean, how often is Pilot going to punch somebody?
I mean, when he does, though, they're going to feel it. That's for sure.
No, it's nice for farming on the sides too, but sometimes those trees,
man. I think the big one, too, is the life break cast range. How good that ability is for getting in on top of these heroes. And,
yeah, definitely.
Now they're going to take down that Pugna Ward pretty quickly. The Decrep is there to try and save its life for the moment. Even though, well, Tinker does burn through the Aegis one time. A toss back here from Mushi would be really big, but they do still have a BKB available for the Huskar. He's going to life break just to take off the Decrep. And God, Tinker is hard to play against.
Yeah, it's Huskar especially. Like he gets low and then just stunning the laser. You're very disappointed. 320 pure.
And you don't even necessarily need to do it onto the Huskar himself because of that refraction that you get from the Aghanims. You can throw it onto a creep or whatever you want.
Envy's down bottom to try and help the wave, but the March is too much.
Moon thought about TPing out of there, but he's sticking around for the moment. I guess he wants to get the next wave also.
Yep. Close to the 30-second mark, so sneaks in behind Envy, who's just pushing. Very frustrating to play against this, but Envy at least has the bots, so he can just stay down here as long as necessary. Keep this going. No real threat.
Abed finds Ninja Boogie, immediately going to jump on him. The Decrep is there to try and save Ninja Boogie's life, but he will eventually burn. Meanwhile, topside as well, they're able to find themselves one to blink away, though, Mushi.
Yeah. Universe just can't control the Tiny, because if he tries to Winter's Curse the Tiny, there's the Sass resistance. If he tries to Winter's Curse a creep or something, then the creep just dies too fast. So, unfortunately, nothing that he can really do. And good plays by Mushi to get so aggressive like this and cut the waves. Not allowing them to snowball in with the lead that they've had. And this has been the story of Mineski this whole game. They've done such an excellent job of cutting waves. And it cost them a few weird deaths, right? Those times we saw Ice just dying and getting caught out. And Mushi, same thing. But it's keeping them alive in a game where it feels like they should have lost already.
Definitely. Dying for a cause. This entire time, like, you know, trying to send these heroes down here one at a time to deal with Tinker. We saw what happened last time. They ended up losing 2, and then afterwards Envy died just randomly also. So they need to bring numbers wherever they go, but when they bring numbers, they can't. If they don't bring numbers, they can't kill people. Somebody else is pushing away. Smoke up. 3 heroes. Head and bottom. They know that somebody is going to need to be here to push out this wave eventually. It looks like Envy is going to be the one that might catch this gank.
Bit of a tough one, though. They're going to have to wait a while.
Just blinked.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, and he immediately walks back into the base. He knows what's coming.
That is a very safe place to be.
That's really good.
BKB. Wow, the Dire scanned exactly where he TPs, but he TPs the wrong... Like, if he TP'd in the trees, they would have caught that precisely. But he was just outside the range.
Yeah. Oh, and now they're not going to be able to connect with this smoke. Top side, Moon is again going to pressure out the lanes.
Mushi wants to hit this tower, though, because it's all free damage. Tinker's coming in, too.
They just smoked on Fnatic.
Wow, the backstab here. The line and the circle is correct here from DJ. He will spot Jabs, looks to know where this is coming from.
An idea. He does have a blink dagger and a jump.
He actually doesn't know. He's just dewarding.
Oh, he immediately poured Envy. Hello, there's the BKB immediately, and Jabs looks like he's going to die quickly, but you take that death for a big smoke and a BKB charge, and meanwhile, everybody's inside of Fnatic's base.
It was the safest place to be. Yeah, so tanks a 10-second BKB charge. I'd say that's a worthy death for a support, considering the damage they got on the tier 3. Unfortunately, it's not, actually, because there's a Treant. So,
well,
it's not worth a whole lot.
Gonna go up top and try and see if they can find this kill onto the Wraith King. The root is there, but the rest of the heroes are coming in. Mushi looking for an opening. They know that the counterplay could come here. And the Tinker shows up. They're starting to rail into him, but they have been able to find the Winter's Curse there onto the Tinker. Can they kill him off in time? Ninja Boogie has the swap, keeps his buddy alive, but there's Fnatic right behind him. Abed gets the kill, and now another one as they take down Ninja Boogie. Also going to be able to find the Wraith King. It's all fallen apart after such a long time of holding on. Mineski are going to lose 4 most likely. Ice 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 is getting ran down. They have the lift up with the Yules, the shackle to follow. That guy's gone.
It was like Fnatic, it didn't even look like a very good start to a fight, right? It's just a Treant punching a Wraith King, but it's finally a forced fight. Oh, Abed though, this would be, it's pretty much their only hope. Then you try and bring him down here. Oh, it's so close.
The BKB in the turnaround, and now they're going to TP out with one. Bushi doesn't have a Blink Dagger, but it doesn't matter. Still going to be able to walk away.
Yeah, and he's got that Silver Edge now too.
Haste.
So the Meteor Hammer is going to be dropped. There are creeps in the mid lane, and 3 heroes are still dead for Mineski as the pressure is being mounted.
This is such a Fnatic game for Mineski, you know? All this wave cutting, all this split pushing, this Tiny just constantly hitting waves more than heroes. That's why Fnatic are doing so well. You know, they're always catching it. They know how this works.
Exactly. It is just a tier 3 tower. They don't feel comfortable going for the racks yet, as Tinker is about to respawn. But that will give them access to shrines and some more map control.
Yeah, and they'll be able to quickly take it down. Timing from Universe in that last fight was great too, where the Meteor Hammer actually still connected here. As you can see where we kick off. So it's like, look where all the heroes are on the Radiant. They're not even that close, right? You got like 2 heroes down bottom. They all have to start TPing up here because they've all bought bots to try and handle this ridiculous push from the Tinker. They just needed any fight, even if it's not perfect. Because so far Mineski just won't commit into them, and they need to actually flex this net worth lead. But even though that swap out happened, he was still burning from the Meteor Hammer. So Abed's able to just help with that, mop him up, scythe kills, and total chase down.
I mean, that's the thing too, is that like, because the Huskar was wrapping around from the other side, there was no safe exit, there was no safe swap.
Yep.
Tinker was just gonna die there.
And they're smoking, but there's Roche.
Oh, feels kind of bad. You are Mineski. They're gonna see if they can get some other pressure down. They
having
know
deja vu here
against this.
This looks very familiar. All right, now Envy needs to show up and then go back into the base. We'll be right back where we started.
They're here a little bit earlier though this time, and they have a ward in the base also, which scouts out Envy. They placed this one down earlier. They're TPing back DJ as well as another, and maybe a toss out of the base. Doesn't look like they're willing to go for it.
Oh, DJ just pinged that ward perfectly. Yeah. Oh, they have a gem? Yeah, they have a gem.
So even though you got some damage onto the tier 3 because of the tree, it is not going to fall. And there's still tier 1s up in both of the other lanes. Also just a random Orb of Venom that was left near the Radiant tier 1 tower mid, but that's fine. Ninja Boogie in level 15. It's gotten towards that next talent for the Wave of Terror cooldown, gives them good vision. Trying to find positives from Mineski, it's tough.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, the positive, they still have a Tinker and they still have racks. That's the real stuff, because that was a pretty difficult fight to make happen, right? Like, it was sort of a risky one to take. It wasn't a spectacular initiation or anything, but then the fight works out just because they have so much mobility, they have so many items, but you have to do that again. And that was kind of close. Like, that was at least on the dire side of the map, right? Yeah. But what if that fight happens on the Radiant side of the map? They probably don't even get the tier 3.
That's true. See there the comparison. Worth noting as well that Moon is about to get towards a sheep stick if he wants to. He's been hovering at 8,800 gold right now on the Tinker. Not sure if he wants to fully invest into that sheep stick. And oh no, he has so much gold. They're gonna catch him. Envy starting to take down Tinker, but he gets away for the minute. Can he blink out of there? He's still jumping with the Winter's Curse from the Roach pit. They got him caught, and they're gonna get him killed.
2 minutes. He's going to be forced to buy back here more than likely, as they're looking for a secondary kill on the Ninja Boogie. Easy peasy. Oh, but Mushi now, this is not good.
Oh no, he jumps into it too. Multiple sentries drop down. This guy trying to run away. Dust does not work that well against Tiny, but when they drop absolutely every sentry in the world, they're going to be able to eventually find that guy. So another core dropping for Mineski after the Tinker buyback.
Tinker's the buyback, just start shoving these waves. I mean, Ice is Ice up top, just throwing skeletons. That's the best thing he can do.
Smart money.
Not a lot of options right now. As DJ going on the prowl here. His lovely talent and his gem.
He will take out that.
Yeah, Ice is Ice.
Ah, he's out of there. They almost got it with the tree hit, but was not quite in range quickly enough. Abed got AC, BKB. He's got himself a Lotus Orb as well. cheese in hand. And a rare sight, but the level 25 Huskar. I feel like it's probably better to go the attack range in this one. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, probably. There's not that many. Man, the pure damage would be okay too, just because like the stats resistance, or rather, just like all the strength of the Tiny with the magic resistance. He's got 34% magic resistance.
Okay.
So that's a lot more damage. 33% on the Wraith King.
It's sort of, I mean, either way, it feels like he's incredibly strong right now, and either he's hits towers harder or hits heroes harder. Either way, both of them are probably dying, no matter what happens. 23,000 net worth lead for Fnatic. 41 minutes into this game, and Mineski just looking for a way back into it. It needs to be off the back of this. Just continued split pushing and getting waves shoved out by Tiny. Is currently debating, and he actually decides to go for the tree grab cooldown. Probably the right play. I mean, again, like, defense with toss back is good, but
killing waves is also good.
Yeah, that's where it needs to be. I like that going for the Ags.
Really?
He's a ways away.
Is that what he's worried about in this game? That's what I call a failsafe right there. Jeez. That is one way to control the waves.
I mean, definitely. You don't have a Tinker yourself, but you just throw around a couple of those trees, and it's an answer for Tinker if they somehow can't finish off the game.
He just goes in.
All right, flank in, able to find him. There's a heck of a lot of damage out, and already the Tiny dead, but he does buy back, and now the Wraith King also being assaulted by Abed. Was taken level 25, but hasn't taken the Talon yet. Still deciding as he gets swapped back in another round. He's taking a lot of damage, does still have the Aegis available. No, he doesn't, but he has a cheese, and he's going to try and switch it in now, seeing if he can live through this. Actually diving the fountain at this point for Moon. He wants to kill this guy off, doesn't give a dang about anything, but now he's caught in here, and they can't get him out. They can't keep him alive. He's dead.
Universe has the refresher shard. He does have a secondary one, but Abed may have been acted a bit too hard here.
Oh my god, they have the Winter's Curse available, but they bomb back on absolutely everybody from Mineski, now trying to chase forward for more. They find Pylai die, Universe still running Buffoon. He's going to chase, he has him in his sights. There's the Hex, there's going to be the catch, and going to be the kill for dead Fnatic. What have you done?
Alright, it's still a 21k lead. It's, it's a lot of buybacks. Despite diving the fountain, it's only going to be like a 3k gold swing in total. Ish. Still very good. Maybe slightly unnecessary, but you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, you gotta put the threat into them. Yeah, I know. There's no tree on the enemy team though.
That's fair.
That's a little shocking to not even have racks. And to be hopping in there. I'm sure people who went for the brackets, time of first barracks destruction, probably a little upset there if they were hoping to get that one around the 40-minute mark. Now it's going to be a lot longer, it feels like.
Well, we also saw a rarely seen sight of a Tinker Manta style. Pretty nifty.
Handy. Need something for the debuffs. I guess he didn't feel like Lotus. The old Tinker Manta can rearm it, can spam them out.
And after the team wipe, obviously you don't want to use buybacks here if you're Fnatic. It's a lot of time available, and Mineski have taken all of the tier 2 towers now and are sort of assaulting high ground, or getting ready to at least.
Yeah, if there's only like 10 more seconds on everyone, it would be so sick, because then they would be really pressuring that buyback, like 10 seconds or so hitting tier 3s, but if they get wiped, they do lose, right? There are no buyback. Well, actually, what is buyback stats? I think there's like Ice is Ice maybe, but either we'll take a look here. If you guys missed out what was happening, you're like, oh, this game's over, I'm going to switch over to the other stream, and something in your back like, why is this game over? Well, this is about it. Abed manages to find himself in the fountain. There is no toss with no target. Just so you guys are aware, this was all his own actions, for the most part. And can't quite finish it off.
The other thing, too, there was great decrep onto the Tinker. I think if Tinker dies right there, the game is literally just over. But somehow Mineski able to fight their way back into it, as we are getting into a bit of... Oh, it's actually no battle going on bottom. It's just Tinker things, so it's fine, as they did finish up this kill here, and were able to secure themselves a couple more.
Yeah, you guys mentioned Tinker escaping, so don't worry about it too much. But the one thing is that DJ did not die in that engagement, unless I'm mistaken, which means that he still has his godlike spree, because he has a lot of gold sitting on him right now.
Oh, the shackle, it lands on the boat. They jump forward for Mushi. He's invis trying to run away, but it's not going to work, as he will eventually be ran down. BKB's coming a bit too late there.
Yeah. Definitely need to pop that one because he has no buyback.
Abed still hasn't taken either of his talents yet.
Oh, really? He's still thinking on it?
Yeah.
And so it's actually only the Pugna who is buyback on the dire side.
Look at these Tinker Manta style with all the skeletons. Like, they get the pressure on. This tower's taking a lot of damage here from Envy not really able to deal with it that well.
Yeah. I believe in the olden days you could Manta with the Tinker and then you made new Mantas and they stayed alive, right? But now they don't. Like if you make a new set of Manta, they just die. So.
And he did take the attack range. And has a DD now onto Abed.
Okay. Gonna focus on buildings. I like it.
Wow, the Hex one time. Catching the Huskar and then the D-arm afterwards. The blind comes out so he can't really hit onto things. He's gonna be purged off by going for the life break, and it's gonna be the first barracks going down. 47 minutes. The Hex comes out again. A lot of damage onto this guy. He still has the cheese and his BKB though. Feeling confident with where he's at. Meteor Hammer down onto it as well. Envy finds himself the Tinker but can't find the kill, and Ninja Boogie tries to go for the swap to stay alive, and it is in fact going to work. They have the overgrowth. There's the decrypt to keep themselves alive here on Ninja Boogie. A secondary stun is out, and with the Lotus Orb turnaround, they're able to focus down one. But it's still just the Tiny that's going to be coming back to life very shortly. Can they kill off Universe? He's so freaking low with the Urn. It's not going to be enough. No, they managed to find him. Great snipe there, but they managed to catch the Tinker nonetheless. The jump in from far away. Tinker caught and going to be killed. No buyback. 2 minutes. And Fnatic finally putting the stomp onto Mineski. He has it in 17 seconds.
Okay. Has been a serious effort of patience so far from Fnatic. When he buys back, are they going to be ready for that? Disarm. Fighting that time.
Now, and Blade Mail here as well. A lot of damage as Mushi ready to go in for this one. There's the Yule Scepter lift up. Ninja Boogie saving his buddy for the moment. The buyback from Tinker comes now as well. They're trying to force down one of these heroes at the very least, and they are going to kill off Eternal Envy. In the meantime, Huskar pops his BKB, jumps in for this. The Blade all the way to Fountain yet again, but he can't do this. Can they kill him off? He's losing. He's jumping away with the Manta illusions. He can't figure out which one's real. They kill off the Huskar. Moon, you madman.
Oh, this is the most times I've seen someone die to the Fountain in a single game, that's for sure. Usually once is enough. Most people learn their lesson, but that is one thing you can do to Huskar. You're not careful with that leap. You get pulled on in, hook, line, and sinker.
And the Manta-style Tinker. It worked out. He couldn't figure out which one was real.
Yeah, this is a single target hero, and that's going to be another 6K swing. That's pretty painful. Now, only an 11K lead. Alright, this has not been an exercise in patience. They've become impatient. There's still like 2 sets of racks here. They got 1 set of racks, and we'll watch the fight again. Everybody just keeps getting so low, and then Tinker is here and just like spamming out the spells, and God, the Manta style. Oh, how about a Manta? Give me a Manta.
Because he's rearming while that's happening too, so I mean, obviously it's very chaotic. There's so many particles where you can't quite see the animation, I guess, but whatever the case ends up being, they're now pressuring and trying to take down Roche. Mineski are fighting their way back into this game.
This really does look like Team Fnatic playing on the dire side. Mineski have played with them all year. They've learned a few things.
Shackle lands. The chase is coming. Mushi looking for Universe. He hits him with the Avalanche, but not quite within range. This fight is getting very spread out and
still
chaotic.
Still a scythe here for Universe.
It is. Oh, if they can find him though, there's the Hex. They got it caught. They got him potentially killed if Tinker dies right now, but the decrypt jab saving his buddy. There's going to be the Meteor Hammer laydown. Mushi needs to do absolutely everything, and then maybe even a little bit more. He tries to toss his Tinker away.
So low.
Get the damage. He got to blink out. He's able to survive for the moment. Tinker doing it just barely.
Oh, now it's DJ. Pilot Eye on the run. They're being focused.
They force him down. There's going to be the Blade Mail, but it should eventually be the kill. He's coming back in a second. Can they come in another round? Because Tinker, if he wanted to, he's actually in the bottom lane, so he's not showing up for this one. They're giving up Ice 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 for dead.
Yeah, if that's all it costs to these 2 heroes, that's going to be all right, because it's been so long that the buybacks have returned, and as you can see, there isn't Aghanims on Ice Ice Ice, so he's able to survive a bit long. But his buyback should be back soon, right? 20 seconds. Okay.
Well, and already, Jab's buying back, realizing they need to defend against this. They want to try and force a fight around the Roche pit. Oh my God.
Not having Ice Ice really hurts him though. 8 seconds, and he doesn't have bots, so it's going to be a while for him to get here. Mooshi's trying to make time.
Yep, they jump forward, they find the Hex, the damage is coming out, they can't quite connect onto this Tinker as he's just blinking all over the map. And is able to escape again for the moment. Moon is carrying this game for them.
And they have held the Roche Pit. Now they're smoking up, using that Pugna, trying to get everyone tip-top shape. The DD rune still here on Mushi, and they spot a power shot. They know DJ's in the area. They scan to the right. They know they've gone left.
DD on Tiny as well. This Roche could fall quickly, but maybe Heroes even faster if they can get in the duration, but it looks like they won't find anybody yet. The DD will expire.
Just no vision in the area. Creeping up on Envy.
Oh, he pops the BKB immediately, and now it's time to run. But if they can bait out and wait out this BKB, you can potentially fight afterwards.
Silver Edge, possibly here, onto Abed.
They disarm him, he's jumping forward, you can't take that one off, he's still stuck there doing absolutely nothing. They're able to force the Tinker away, he's living, but DJ able to find the Tinker, another Decrypt saving their buddy. He's hexed, but he's living everything for Moon. Can they keep him alive? The Overgrowth as well, he's manting it away, trying to survive. Moon, Decrypt again, still able to live. Manta, he's living! What are you doing to me, baby? Fnatic, you can't finish this man off.
Unbelievable. This Manta is paying off so well. Instead of the Lotus Orb here for the disarm. Some added utility here, the extra stats, double digits over and over. And Moon, if there's anything that goes well with the Manta, baby, it's a Radiance. So it's time.
Tinker Manta
Send him out, baby. Keep the game alive. Where's my Octarine core? I mean, rearm. Come on. Who needs that? No, for unbelievable stuff here. I can't not believe Jazz has been playing so well in support Pugna. It's hard to point it out in these fights just how incredible he is with these decraps every time we try to. And with these life drains too. I can't believe he's surviving.
And again, you think about how this net worth graph has changed. It's just been clawing their way back into this one from over 20,000 net worth a lead, and now
the ankle biters are in there. They're after Roche.
They're trying to take this down. And with no tree for 40 seconds still, like a large part of their team fight.
Oh, Universe isn't close enough. He's the one who has to make this play. Oh, but they don't know where he is. There's still no vision in that area. They have to respect the winner's curse.
Hiding out for the moment. They do still have life break available, even though it's a 78% win percentage for Fnatic.
Are they going to let this go? They're not going to fight this.
It's coming up, Mineski. They keep making the plays. They give it over to Mushi. All of the lanes are pressured out because of this Tinker Manta Radiance.
Oh, is that a fat finger?
It happens. You know what happens. They're still keeping their spirits high, even in the most stressful of times. Only a 4,000 gold lead.
Yeah, these are the least stressful games when you were this far behind, but yeah, watching that initiation. They spot Envy, the quick BKB, well played by him, but then constantly waiting here with Moon. Just hoping to see when that Huskar comes in. How about Ice's Ice with the instant disarm before the BKB comes
down bottom though.
Oh no. Oh no, after all these saves, is this finally it?
They did
Moon.
Kind of.
It's been so long though. Oh, he doesn't have the gold either though.
Oh no!
But think about what he's done for his team. I mean, they have an Aegis, they have a Cheese, they have a Refresher Shard. It's a much closer game, and all the net worth is no longer just tied up straight up in this Tinker.
Right. Exactly. They've been able to catch up on those other heroes, and importantly also catch up in levels. So they've actually got a lot of these talents that can change the way the game is played. And you look in that last fight, the way that you kept the Tinker alive was by virtue of like the decrypts, the swaps, just everything for my Tinker. And when he's alone out there pushing waves, that's not the case anymore.
I am a little worried this might be the end of it. It's tough. This is an extremely hard fight. Simply because how much of that attention was on Moon, right? Like you see like how close these fights are and how many kills they're getting, but it's because they have a focal point for Fnatic and they just can't bear to ignore it. In this case, there's nothing stopping them.
I mean, let's be real though, even if you get Mega'd right now, I don't think Mineski are leaving this game.
Yeah, and plus the way
Find him. Have a toss. Can they burst this guy? A second toss. He's got a couple of them, but there's the Winter's Curse to interrupt it. They can't quite kill up Ninja Boogie because he's in range of the Winter's Curse. Abed, switch up there. Disarm. Caught. Yet again, they're not really doing that much damage on Fnatic here.
Yeah, but the buildings are still there, and they're going to lose Ninja Boogie. Everyone's retreating to the well, and they're going to say, all right, that Rex is gone. Let it go.
Yeah, I think you just need to give them all up here at this point, potentially. And Fnatic...
They're just smoking right for the racks. They're saying, go, 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 go. 40 seconds.
Know what's coming. Wave push is not quite in position. They need the fountain to defeat the Huskar.
That is true. It has been his arch rival. He only has 2 deaths. No one on the side of Mineski has truly killed him.
Right, Fire Blast gets thrown back at Abed as they continue to just barrel forward here, taking it down the building. Tinker back up 12 seconds if they can wait that long. Have a toss from Mushi trying to kill off that Winter Wyvern. Not quite there as of yet though. Jabs the decrypt, keeps him alive.
They might be able to hold here. Tinker coming back. Abed might finally find a death.
Chase forward for more. He's disarmed. He's caught. Oh, Mushi. It's a scary thing to walk out there and see if you can chase, and I might just count their lucky stars right now that they only lost the one lane of barracks in the tier 3 tower.
Yeah, that's not that pricey a cost. It ends up being about a 6k gold increase. They were only up by about 6 before the fight, and now creeping back up to 13. And what about our friendly items here? We still have the refresher shard on the Wraith King, but no cheese remaining.
What a game. Absolutely insane coming out from all these guys. And I'm wondering too, like, again, you've got like these big items that are out there, a Silver Edge, the Butterfly on the Tiny, still holding on also to that Aegis. It's gonna be reclaimed in about a minute. I mean, is there anything that you can really do with that at all? They still haven't been able to take a tier 3 tower.
Well, they're going to try another smoke play. I think trying to get aggressive with this best opportunity that you have, really.
The refresher shard is still on Ice Ice Ice.
TPing in very early with the Tinker, maybe hoping this will be a bait play that someone will blink too aggressively.
Oh, and indeed they do. They found themselves the Huskar. He's hexed, but the cold embrace keeping him alive. Envy jumps forward with the BKB. Can they take him down after the fact? There's
really
the toss,
spread.
and it looks like they've been able to find him.
Okay, they got Envy, but now back in the mid.
Oh, a heck of a lot of damage there. Wraith King has fallen out low with the Blade Mail, but I think this is a fine hero. Okay, Hex with the Lotus Orb, a little bit scary. Any more follow-up, he gets the BKB off, and that's where things start to fall apart a little bit. But Mushi gets his BKB out as well. Universe living inside of that cold embrace. The Dagon on top of the Huskar. Isn't enough damage, though. DJ jumps in, focuses off, and keeps jabs off of him.
Where is back in, though? Just TPing through, and now they're after Abed.
They got him caught. That's the Hex. He's in trouble. They have a second round of it. He's getting low on mana, but should have enough to get the Hex off over and over again. And Abed eventually going to drop.
And now Universe even too. Nearby has lots of gold. No real buyback problems.
This is like save your buddy syndrome going on here. And well, they are going to be able to keep Universe alive for the moment, but with the Hex and the chase down, that's 3 dead.
Yeah, and no buyback here for Envy. This was a cooldown of a minute 20, and similarly for DJ, around that same point.
Again, being able to wait out that Tinker death and then also keep the lanes pushed out simultaneously, it's only a 4,000 gold lead. Gold doesn't matter at this point. The bigger thing is the buybacks. Mineski are in a position to push down a lane, possibly.
Yeah, that was a great swap to start that fight off, too.
Man. 3,000 gold lead for Fnatic. They need to hold on to high ground at this point.
Yeah, this is the time for them to just kind of like regroup and fix up all of their lanes, because they were having some problems. Obviously, when you lose a full set of racks and your tank has been dead so long, finally all the waves push out and they need to research some dominance. So that just means that they won't be able to pressure in too hard. They're onto the base now, but that'll force the buyback from the Wyvern. They need to be a bit cautious. They know that curse is up.
Shackle shot. There's the Winter's Curse. Doesn't last that long though.
Yeah, with the stun being there.
Tiny. Little unfortunate. Pylai Die also doesn't really have a great answer. And the first tier 3 tower taken by Mineski. Also their first gold lead in a very long time. Blink in.
I can't believe it. They've actually shifted that.
It's nuts.
And he still has the refresher shard. I'm thinking he probably doesn't have to use it here. He will switch it in the backpack though. If it'll be a benefit to his team. Hold out. Tinker thought about coming in, but he didn't complete it.
Ninja Boogie has a swap still if he wants to use it there. But it looks like they are just going to give up the Wraith King for now.
Just standing, swagging. Not even gonna throw it. There he is. Throw that stun.
Take that.
Okay, has buyback. Oh, he lost the gem though.
What a game.
That's a bit unfortunate.
Yeah.
5,900 Pugna Wraith. Wow, this guy. 59 minutes. The Envy Classic.
Oh, 59 minutes for Pugna Wraith buyback. Is that what that is?
Yeah, looks that way. So they have buyback. He always, you know Envy knows if you have buyback or not. Don't ever question if he knows. He always knows. He writes them all.
That's great. Captain. We do have Vengeful Spirit trying to build towards an Aghanim Scepter now. As the Vengeance Aura damage, so good with the Tiny. Look at it right now, 45% bonus damage.
He's 61 minutes in. Yeah, that's pretty rough for Ninja Boogie, eh? Just level 21. Hard game. Speaking of levels, Pilot Eye almost to the 25.
Hey.
He could actually go for the Eye's Overgrowth. He probably will. The AoE Living Armor. And needs to work on creep waves. Come on, Ice Frog. Hear me out. How obnoxiously fun would that be versus a Tinker if you were playing? It's like, I can do it too! And save my little creeps.
I mean, to be honest though, it's even great with the heroes. But yeah, I kind of am with you that... I mean, he needs to get into the Aghanim Scepter first, of course. Nonetheless. Oh, it's the Overgrowth, just the basic spell as well, but yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Big old range. I have not seen Tree at 25. It's just not done. Not an often thing. They have the Nether Ward damage also for the Pugna.
Yeah, he's gone full Nether Ward. Really good against the Necrophos, especially these BKBs. So far down now.
Tinker, BKB in the backpack, another game changer. We've seen him be defensive already with the Manta. Now having another item to help him through that.
Yeah, Moon's just been incredible this game. I mean, he's got a 2100 gold surplus as well, so if he spots something else for his build, maybe he wants to start swapping out this Radiance and Manta. I don't know what he's going to do. You know, there's no point predicting his stuff, but maybe he sees the opportunity for like something like a Nullifier or something. Right. Those kind of options are always going to be available because he just has such a stupid amount of gold. I hope he's buying the wards.
He should be, right?
Better be.
I mean, at this point, like, you really don't need... I mean, you can always use more stuff. A refresher also for Envy at this point on the Necrophos has gone into the Death Pulse cooldown. Oh, mid lane. Blink away. Highlight die. We have a lot of Sentry Wards down right here, and I think he walked right through one of them. Wish he wasn't able to make use of that. There's a lot of heroes mid for Fnatic as well. Everybody getting ready to battle around the Roche pit.
Yeah, last time a fight happened in that mid lane didn't go too well for Fnatic, but it won't kick off this time. And merely a minute 10 now.
It is also Winter Wyvern, 4 minutes for Universe will have buyback again. Has made great use of the Blink Sheep Stick. Has the Splinter Blast 2-second stun on the level 25 talent.
Interesting considering like how spec'd he is for the Winter's Curse, right?
Yeah.
And he also had to sell his Meteor Hammer, which makes sense because you don't want to be using it this late in the game.
Ice just walks into Abed and disarms the Halberd. It's pretty good stuff. They swap him back in further forward. These Hex, he's stunned. He's taking a lot of damage. The Winter's Curse is there, not really doing anything at all. And they're going to be able to almost take him down that second toss. Can they kill off this Huskar? He's so freaking hard to kill.
So greedy with his BKB.
They're actually giving him a ton more HP. They're trying to kill him off with the Pugna illusion thing, but he gets the BKB off in the turnaround. Ninja Boogie, as well as Mushi, in trouble. They buy back with several, but they manage to kill off that Tiny.
How does he fly so far with stones like that dragging him down? He did not pop that BKB for what felt like forever. He had so many opportunities into the chainsaw, the Hex, and then finally he gets a moment to go for it.
Now Tinker now also going to go for another round of hexing and everything that they can. Can they kill off this Huskar though? He's the big problem, and now they managed to find a Hex onto the Tinker himself, the Decrep again, trying to save their buddy. There's the Manta Style, the turnaround Hex as well. Tries to get the rearm and see if he can get the Manta jump away, but it's not happening. Tinker is still living through all of this. Mushi triple kill came to save the day. Oh my god.
Oh, hunting after DJ, but he's just a little bit too mobile. Even just pops a BKB just in case. Get himself out of there. Oh, that fight looked so good. It looked like they spent everything on this Huskar, but at this point, it's just the cooldowns, the spells, they just keep on coming. And Fnatic did not have enough left in the tank to actually win that engagement, but it was 3 buybacks for the Dire side, so now it just comes down to like resource management, buyback management. However, the buybacks for the Radiant are very costly, because it's a buyback there for our Huskar. And our Tinker, he's still remaining with his.
I don't know how he didn't die in that. There were 3 heroes surrounding him, like right next to him, and he still just was not going down. And we talked about this, as you said, the Universe, no buyback on this Winter Wyvern, who's been the saving grace more often than not, because the big thing that we've seen is the ability for Fnatic to get or rather the ability of Mineski to isolate the Huskar, and then it's been the follow-up of Universe that saves him from getting taken down. I don't know if they can do that this time around.
Well, it's also Roche, right? They're going to know the buyback on the Winter Wyvern, so you can see a ping there from the Pugna like, okay, we really want Roche. So scout ahead, try and find a quick pick. If we don't get one, And Roche it is. They have a gem on the Vengeful Spirit who is close to DJ.
Highlight die. Force though. Jump forward. Ava. Toss back.
Oh, he can't get it.
Missed it. Oh, that one hurts.
But they should be able to just go Roche. Ooh, who gets the Arcane Rune? Mr. Tinker? Come fight us? I believe so.
That's it for sure.
Now that's nasty.
So another round of Aegis Cheese Refresher. They still have their Refresher Shard from last time. Wow, Wind Ranger. Oh,
swap in.
Swap in. They got him caught. Envy's dead. He doesn't have buyback. They're also caught themselves Pylite Die. Tree's gone too.
There's no buyback. DJ's the only one holding it right now.
This is a huge problem. And Mineski in a position where after they take down Roche, they could just run down mid.
Yep, just guaranteeing right now. I'm sure it's tempting to just leave the pit altogether. But if you guys didn't notice, Ice he never spent that refresher shard.
Yeah.
So what's better than one refresher shard? But no, you have to handle off somebody else. They do share cooldowns. They got some issues there. So passes it off to Mushi. Unfortunately, they really have pretty terrible refresher shard heroes.
Yeah.
Compared to the ones on the Radiant side. So Mushi will basically just be using it for his BKB.
All right, you got to be so careful at this point if you're the Huskar. There's so few safe heroes that are left in this game. There's a nullifier there, so you can't pop your BKB potentially. Ranger's Curse can come out.
The Universe has done a lot in his life, but I don't know if he can hold this. This will be one of the most incredible defenses with the heroes they have. Now, the benefit is there's so many buildings left, so they just need to chip, and delay as much as possible. Use every cooldown, every single hex. And perhaps Mineski will wind up in the fountain. You never know.
They're continuing to go, though, from tower to tower. 50 seconds on the sideline still as Fnatic just trying to hold out in this game.
All right.
Number one. Is this really just game number one? Oh, God.
Glyph has gone down. They're still just cleaning up barracks, though. They're not going for the tier 4s, not going straight for throne, even with the 30 seconds.
Done that.
It's so tough in these situations, though, because you're never quite sure about the buybacks, maybe, if you didn't write it down. And Mega Creeps, they don't have the same answers that you do.
That's true enough. The big swap, but the Lotus Orb play nicely done there by Abed, saving his Winter Wyvern. And, well, there's going to be this last tier 3 tower going down. Mineski in a position to potentially close out this game.
Don't lose focus now. Get the buildings.
Nullifier into both of them. They're tempting fate. Mushi, he's getting jumped on. Does still have the Aegis. He also has a Silver Edge when he comes out.
DJ in the back line.
He's already there.
He's down.
He's caught. He's killed. He has the buyback, though. Can they take down any more of these heroes? Universe very low, but not dead yet. They jump forward with Envy, wanting to find a kill with the Reaper Sight, but they can't find it on anybody.
The building's actually still alive. They need to clean this up. There is a Treant. Finish the building.
Coming forward. They didn't take his down yet. He's hexed him. He's caught him. Jazz. He's stunned. He makes it happen yet again.
All right, surely this is it.
Envy ends up going down. They find themselves the Pugna. He is eventually going to die, but with the Aghanim Scepter there on the Wraith King, they're going to be able to secure themselves the last round of buildings, and Tinker's back in the well regardless. So Mineski, finally, they've been able to claw their way back into this one, as this is going to be another reincarnation coming out for Ice. It was over 20,000 net worth lead for Fnatic, but now it's 31,000 into the favor of Mineski.
Oh man, if there's ever a time where they need an Treant Aghanim Scepter, it's gonna be now. Because they are faced with the Megas, and it's a long ways away. They do not have a Tinker on their team. They don't have the best AoE in general. I mean, you got a Maelstrom Wind Ranger. I guess the core Wyvern kind of helps, but Splinter Blast can only do so much.
I mean, if there's one thing, at least you're going to have more targets to stun with your Splinter Blast because there's going to be creeps in your base. Game is hard.
Positive thinking.
That's right. Oh, man, and just look at that graph, the drop-off. I mean,
the graph, the buybacks. I mean, Tinker, Wraith King, only ones in the game that have it. Everybody 25 except Ninja Boogie. He's slowly getting there.
What a game. And buyback status for the Dire. They do only have it on Tinker and Wraith King. So I would imagine that we're going to see Mineski wait it out for the other 3 heroes since it's only a minute and a half away. And I mean, on the one hand, you do still have Fnatic that are keeping control of these creep waves fairly well.
For now.
For now.
Once these Dire heroes all start spawning, and oh, the Aghanim Scepter purchased by Ninja Boogie. You know, I had questions about this, and I was like, this won't become relevant because when am I going to see a Wraith King and Avenge in a super late game? But I want to see all these interactions between her illusions and then Wraith King illusions and then her Active Scepter. I don't know in what order this thing goes.
Yeah.
But I look forward to it. So Ninja Boogie, why don't you show us?
It is the AoE Living Armor that the tree took also.
Oh,
Everybody level 25 at this point. Bench, Magic Missile, Piercing, Spell Immunity. All good things on these heroes as they are maxed out 71 minutes into this. It's the longest game so far, I believe, at the TI group stages. Unless there's been something happening in one of the other games.
That's true. Who knows what's going on over there?
They get ready to walk down a lane. Still another couple of minutes until the buybacks are back. Only a couple of seconds, really.
Yeah. Everyone just kind of crowded in here, and I don't know how Fnatic fight their way out of this base. It is going to be so difficult. All they can really hope for is Mineski making mistakes and trying to close out the game, going for buybacks that turn into diebacks, and suddenly there's a 5-man rush down mid. Those are your victories versus mega creeps for the most part. Unless you have this Medusa or this Tinker, someone that can handle these waves, an Ember Spirit, they're not well equipped for this in the slightest.
And I mean, what a storyline too, that Moon able to do this, pull the game back by having to go Manta Radiance on a Tinker. Like, it's just unbelievable that his entire team able to keep him alive throughout all those engagements.
And I mean, really, the surprise play, the trick play of bringing the Fountain into the game off the bench, tagging it in at the most important moment to deal with this Huskar, that was the true gem of the Mineski strats, I would say.
I would say so too.
No one saw that coming.
You know, one other thing that we should mention about that Aghanim Scepter with Ninja Boogie is it's also the cooldown on swap, down to just 10 seconds.
Yeah, swap, swap, swap.
Unbelievable initiation, and then on top of that, illusion that gets created afterwards as...
Oh, he can reach Envy. Oh, okay, Envy just blinks in. So, all right, go ahead.
A lot of damage out there. They find the stun onto the Huskar, take down Envy right at the get-go. No buyback for this guy at all. Huskar also going to be isolated, going to be swapped back in, going to get the BKB off before the Nullifier is able to connect onto him. He needs to take down any of these heroes at all. Moon finally starting to fall down low, but it does look like finally Huskar will fall. He buys back. They need him alive if they want any hope at all of staying in this one, as that is going to be the first death of the Wraith King. Wraith Fire Blast gets thrown out by absolutely everybody. They're still holding on for the moment. These buildings getting tree armored up. But Fnatic don't really have a great answer. There's the jump forward. They take down Jabs. Nice play by Fnatic, holding on for the moment as well as they try and kill off Pylai Die. A power shot through, DJ doing what he can. They're losing a couple of these heroes, but Wraith King is there as well.
Pylai Die is just throwing these heals onto the tower as he goes down. Glyph now used. Tinker Manta's punching buildings. This game has reached full chaos mode.
They're just hoping to hold on a little bit longer, but the first of the tier 4s is going to fall.
Circling the tower.
The power shot, they managed to kill off the Vengeful Spirit. TJ somehow up there at the top, but they do have the illusion. Shackle not quite going to land as Tinker was a little bit late in blinking forward for that one, and Abed somehow still holding on. They're in this game, if only by a sliver, but it might only be a couple more seconds.
Envy's going to try the distraction tactics again here.
They have the Tinker? They killed off? No, okay, that was dead. That was the Pugna.
That was a buyback. These are those diebacks you need.
The Ancient is still alive. Abed, he's chasing down this Wraith King, and they're able to get the mute, but Abed finds the kill. All of Fnatic is back alive again. This is starting to get really scary for them as they find the Reaper Sight and the kill.
How long was he dead for?
They hold.
Gets the kill.
Fnatic hold.
It was costly. They lost both tier 4s. I mean, it cost the Pugna buyback, sure. But I don't know if they can get back outside the base to do anything because they need to go really deep to catch Moon. You know, he's barely going to like go past the river, honestly, at this point.
Yeah. But if there was a way, this would be how it starts. DJ has to be on the hunt. This is what he does now at this point forward.
As you can see here, that Nether Ward did about 799 magical damage to the Necrophos, because he was dead for like 20 seconds at that point, and suddenly he kills Envy. A little bit rough, considering that Ice was probably dead anyway, but that's life.
Can't believe this game is still going on. Thought it's been over like 4 separate times.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh my god, look at DJ. He is going into the fountain right now, prepping for the Tinker. Are you kidding me? Do they have a scan? They do have a scan available. He's waiting for him to come back in here. Oh my god, if DJ can pull this off.
I'm not sure what his end goal is.
I guess hexing him or something? No, he doesn't have a hex. The hex into kill?
I don't think so. A bold play, Cotton, but I'm not so sure. Just getting some aggressive wards down.
In their fountain?
I mean, what he's doing.
Yeah, I guess so. He just ran the whole length of the map. You gotta take that.
Oh, now we're talking. Okay, now I see.
That's a really good kill. They can take down this Vengeful Spirit. The Hex is there. And that will be a dead hero. Bushi shows up.
Oh, it's a lot of TPs coming through. Dust will not connect. No blink first.
DJ single-handedly holding on to this game.
That was questionable at the best.
Abed feeling a little bit of excitement as well about the plays that are being made here by his buddy Mr. DJ. God, and they're holding on inside of their base. They need to get, they have Eyes in the Forest down as well now through Tree and Protector.
Oh, he actually got it?
He got his Ags.
Wow. Highlight eye.
So
what a legend.
Find his Tinker. I actually can't believe I'm saying this, but I feel like there's a way that Fnatic could win this. If they can find and kill this Tinker.
Alright, but right now, Pugna's the only one missing buyback.
Right.
That's the major problem. They're going to kill this Roche, they're going to go into the base, and they're probably going to lose. DJ, looks like he'll be okay.
They still have this Venge illusion that can just walk around the entire time.
They need some serious, like, Sam Fisher tactics going on right now. Like, complete Splinter Cell, super sneaky, DJ and Universe finding solo kills like they did on the Vengeful Spirit. That's their best hope.
Yeah. Well, and I guess then for Mineski, the only thing they really need to do is make sure they're staying together.
Yeah, this Venge is hilarious.
It's really cool, because you mainly just need it for like the swap defensive stuff, or I guess aggressive, and it's going to be alive until Venge is back up. Bottom lane, Moon is there. They have the Eyes in the Forest for him. They're able to catch him. He's rooted. He's in trouble. They brought absolutely everybody. And that's dead for 145 seconds. He does have buyback.
Now that's the question. Do you pop it instantly or do you wait?
A lot of questions. I don't have the answer.
Because if you pop it instantly, you feel better fighting Roche. But if you save it, then you can just wait to time it up with your Pugna, and then you're both going to have buyback, but that also means you're going to allow the buybacks to come back for the side of Fnatic.
Swap in. They found DJ. He's hexed through the spell immunity, and that is the strength of that talent.
Oh, this big kill. Now Abed. Oh, DJ, you might want to buy back here. This looks like a real fight.
Looking for it now. They have the opening already onto Pugna. A lot of damage coming in. Abed able to catch him. He's stunned. He's caught for the moment.
Moon
the Tinker does buy back. If this fight goes poorly for Mineski, they potentially can lose it, but they lost Abed. 2 minutes. He's away, but they do take down the bench. Yet again, swap back in onto Envy. Bushi's still alive for the moment as well, but he has very little mana here, and they haven't been able to find that follow-up Hex, but they find themselves yet another kill. Wyvern dead for 2 minutes, buys back immediately as well.
The synergy there. You become the Wraith first, and then the Wraith ends, and then you become your Vengeful Spirit. You can't kill it instantaneously, and then it just kind of ends up living.
Yeah. That's pretty nuts. But he is dead now, and those two heroes for a fairly long time.
Is he dead, though?
Alright, that's fair
He's
enough.
running around the map, and he's wave of tearing this Roche. So I'm going to have to
really
disagree here.
He also has a Moon Shard.
Now, what I did miss is if this dies, I don't think it works. But if this died and became a Wraith, that would be really cool. But I'm pretty sure in the last fight it did not.
Okay.
Because, you know, it is an illusion, sadly. A cool illusion, but an illusion nonetheless.
Very cool illusion. Alright, DJ is going back into the base again.
So where's the Universe? He's back in the base. He is cursed in 4 seconds.
They're anticipating the Tinker is going to be back here.
Oh, he's in there.
Oh,
They're going for it.
They spotted
Oh.
it. They spotted the Wind Ranger.
Oh, yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, you need to get out of here. There's the TP.
Wow, it almost worked, too, with the scan and everything. Oh, no, they didn't scan it. Okay.
Mushi looking for another opening down here. He picks up the regen rune. These Eyes in the Forest are really problematic for Tinker, though. If you stand on top of them again, and, you know, that fight, they're able to secure themselves the Aegis, but Tinker now does not have buyback.
It's true. But he has the Aegis.
Yeah, that's fair.
And they're having a hard enough time just killing him the first time anyway.
they have bots level 2 on most of the other heroes?
I believe. 1 for most of them.
Yeah. Well, again, it's Pili Die trying to get whatever vision he can across the map.
He leaves a 23k lead for the Dire. That is so wild. Orchid picked up here, so eventual Bloodthorn it looks like for Isis Ice.
Trying to get in towards it. Abed has been every type of disabled this game.
They're lurking in here. The swap back.
Oh, and they're able to find one. That's a dead Abed. And he buys back immediately. Good play there. DJ also trying to focus down one. That's the Pugna, but isn't going to get caught. And now they also have the jump in. Look at this Netherward. Nice. He's fine here for the moment.
Tased down. The Netherward just killed DJ.
Oh, no. Out of position, and he's dead now. And Envy also going to get brought down. They have the Winter's Curse, but this isn't going to be nearly enough. It's still going to come back as Illusion afterwards. They're not even going to get the kill. The Decrep is not going to be there. Moon, with absolutely every item in the game, is going to carry him one last time as they focus down the throne here. Ninja Boogie just going to punch away at Abed. They have another magic missile to stun him up through it, and this should be the end of game. Mineski clawed back from the clutches of defeat, and able to clinch it.